Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have the Midas touch, turning everything they touch into money? I've wondered that too. And the answer I found was a game changer in my financial life. Imagine a world where scarcity doesn't exist, where abundance is the norm and prosperity is within your reach. The key? A change in mindset. Robert Kiyosaki and Arnold Schwarzenegger don't just talk about this, they've lived through this transformation. And what I've discovered about their way of thinking could change everything for you too. Have you ever felt trapped in a cycle of bills and debt? That moment when looking at your bank account brings more anxiety than happiness? I've been there. But the truth is, the first step to financial freedom is understanding that money is not just a resource, but a powerful tool. What if I told you that the difference between your current situation and the lives of the wealthy could be a single change in perspective? What would you do in the face of this opportunity? It's time to open your mind and discover how to quadruple your bank account. Abundance mindset. Have you ever thought about the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset? When I started to understand this distinction, I realized how it shaped my daily decisions. A scarcity mindset makes us see the world as a limited place, where opportunities are rare and competition is fierce. In contrast, an abundance mindset invites us to believe that there are enough resources, opportunities, and wealth for everyone. This shift in perspective is not just a matter of optimism, it's a powerful tool that can transform our financial life. Cultivating an abundance mindset requires practice and patience. At first, it might seem challenging, especially if you grew up in an environment that promoted the fear of lack. One strategy I found useful was gratitude. Whenever I felt anxious about finances, I would start listing the things I was grateful for. This simple practice helped me shift my focus from what I lacked to what I already had. Over time, this change in focus began to reflect in my financial decisions. Instead of avoiding risks out of fear of loss, I started to see the potential for gain. Another important aspect is how we communicate with others about money. The language we use can reinforce either an abundance or a scarcity mindset. When I talk about finances, I try to avoid negative and limiting expressions. For example, instead of saying, "I can't afford this," I prefer to rephrase it as, "It's not the right time for this expense." This subtle change not only improves my mindset, but also alters how others perceive my relationship with money. This can open doors and create opportunities that once seemed out of reach. An abundance mindset also reflects in our actions. People who believe they can succeed tend to seek out more opportunities. This means that when you start seeing yourself as someone who can create wealth, you automatically become more proactive. Instead of waiting for opportunities to appear, you start actively seeking them out. This might manifest as finding new income sources, investing in education, or even connecting with people who share similar goals. This mindset is not a magical solution, but rather a foundation that can propel you towards financial success. By adopting an abundance mindset, you create a virtuous cycle. The more opportunities you see and seek out, the more success you tend to achieve. And the more success you have, the more opportunities arise. This connection between mindset and outcome is powerful, and it can transform not just your relationship with money, but your life as a whole. Financial education. When it comes to money, financial education is essential. I remember when I first started working, and honestly, I had no idea how to manage my salary. It was like being adrift in a boat without a compass. The lack of knowledge led me to poor financial decisions, such as spending more than I earned and accumulating debt. Financial education is not just about knowing how to calculate interest or understanding the stock market. It's about acquiring skills that help us make more informed and conscious decisions about our money. One of the first steps I took was to seek information about personal finance. I read books, watched videos, and attended workshops. What surprised me the most was discovering that financial education can be accessible to everyone, regardless of income level. Information is available in various formats, and often what you need to know can be found for free on the internet. The important thing is to have the willingness to learn and apply that knowledge in practice. Over time, I realized that understanding how money works allowed me to better plan for my future. I learned the importance of creating a budget and the difference between needs and wants. This helped me control my spending and consequently save more. Knowledge about investments was also a game changer. By understanding different types of assets and how they work, I began to see the potential for growing my wealth. This knowledge not only gave me confidence, but also opened doors to new investment opportunities. Moreover, financial education made me realize that money is a tool, not an end in itself. This shift in perspective helped me use money more wisely, prioritizing investments that could generate returns in the future. Instead of spending on things that quickly lose value, I began directing my resources toward assets that could provide higher income. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but the constant pursuit of learning made all the difference. Financial education is not a one-time acquisition of knowledge to be forgotten. Like in any field, one must stay updated and open to new information. The world of finance is constantly evolving, with new opportunities and challenges emerging all the time. Therefore, the key is to remain curious and willing to learn continuously. This mindset of constant learning is crucial to ensure that I am always on the right path toward financial success. Assets versus liabilities. The difference between assets and liabilities is a concept that, once understood, can completely change the way you view your finances. Initially, I didn't fully grasp this distinction, and for a long time, thought that everything I owned was an asset. But I soon realized that this view was incorrect. Assets are everything that puts money in your pocket, while liabilities are those that take money out. This simple definition helped me reorganize my finances and make smarter decisions. When I began focusing on accumulating assets, I realized that it didn't just mean buying real estate or stocks. Assets can also be your skills and knowledge. Investing in yourself, whether through courses or experience, is a powerful way to become an asset. By improving my skills, I not only increased my earning potential, but also opened new doors in the job market. Each new piece of knowledge acquired is a step closer to building my wealth. In contrast, liabilities tend to be more tempting. Often, we are led to believe that we need things like new cars, the latest electronics, and bigger houses to be happy and successful. However, these items can quickly become a financial burden. I learned to be more critical of my spending and question the true necessity of each purchase. This shift in mindset helped me avoid unnecessary debt and direct my resources toward investments that truly matter. Over time, I began creating a list of assets and liabilities in my life. By doing so, I could clearly see where I was putting my money and how it impacted my financial health. This practice helped me identify opportunities to increase my assets and reduce my liabilities. For example, instead of spending on a new car that would quickly depreciate, I decided to invest that money in a fund that could generate returns over the long term. This change proved to be quite effective and, over time, significantly contributed to the growth of my wealth. The distinction between assets and liabilities is not just a financial concept, it's a philosophy of life. By focusing on accumulating assets and minimizing liabilities, I began to feel more in control of my financial life. This mindset helped me make more informed decisions and build a more secure financial future. And as this change solidified, I realized that it wasn't just about money, but about how I perceived the value and freedom it can provide. Smart investments. Investing can seem daunting, but with the right knowledge and strategy, anyone can become a smart investor. When I began exploring the world of investments, I realized there were countless options available, from stocks to real estate and cryptocurrencies. What really made a difference for me was understanding that the key to smart investing lies in diversification and research. It's not effective to put all your money in one place, as this increases the risk of significant losses. One of the first strategies I adopted was to start small and gradually increase my investments. Initially, I chose to invest in index funds, which offer a practical way to diversify without needing to pick each asset individually. This approach helped me learn about the market while minimizing risks. Over time, I gained confidence and expanded my investments to individual stocks and real estate, always with the premise that research and understanding were fundamental. Additionally, patience is a virtue in the investment world. I learned that you shouldn't expect immediate results. The market is volatile, and it's common to see fluctuations in asset values. The true smart investment strategy involves staying calm and reviewing your long-term goals. Instead of panicking during a market drop, I focused on my long-term strategy and how these fluctuations were a natural part of the economic cycle. Another valuable lesson was the importance of continuously educating yourself about the financial market. I attended seminars, read books, and followed industry influencers who shared their experiences and insights. This constant pursuit of knowledge not only helped me make more informed decisions, but also made me feel more comfortable managing my finances. Networking and relationships. Have you ever thought about the power that social connections have on our financial growth? The truth is, networking goes far beyond simply exchanging business cards at events. It's about building authentic relationships that can open doors to opportunities you never imagined. Sometimes a casual conversation with someone can lead to a business partnership or even an investment that will boost your career. What matters is cultivating these relationships genuinely because, in the end, people remember how you made them feel. A personal example. Once at a conference event, I met someone who seemed as lost as I was. We started talking about our experiences, and to my surprise, he had a company that was expanding and needed someone with my skills. It wasn't just about being interesting or amazing. It was about how we connected on a personal level. Such opportunities don't arise out of nowhere. They result from relationships built over time. And it doesn't stop there. Networking is also an excellent way to learn. By surrounding yourself with entrepreneurial-minded individuals and diverse experiences, you start to see the world from new perspectives. Every conversation is a chance to absorb knowledge and, who knows, maybe even change your approach to a problem you were facing. This learning can be the edge that sets you ahead in the market. However, it's crucial to remember that networking is a two-way street. It's not just about expecting to receive. You also need to be willing to help others. When you become someone who adds value, people naturally feel drawn to you and are more willing to reciprocate. This creates a positive cycle of mutual support that can benefit everyone involved. So don't forget, each connection you make can be a bridge to something greater. Note that the digital environment has also brought a new dimension to networking. Platforms like LinkedIn, for example, allow you to connect with people from around the world. But even in this scenario, authenticity remains essential. Don't treat people just as numbers or potential clients. Be someone who makes an effort to understand and care about others. This way, you'll be building a true legacy of relationships that can enrich both your financial and personal life. Entrepreneurship. If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that entrepreneurship is not just about starting a business. It's a mindset. It's about spotting opportunities where others see problems and having the courage to act. When you decide to follow this path, a world of possibilities opens up, not just financial, but also personal growth. It's fascinating how the entrepreneurial journey teaches us to be creative, resilient, and adaptable. Every challenge we face shapes us and prepares us for the next step. Starting a business can be intimidating, I know. The fear of failure often prevents us from taking the first step. But within that fear lies the key to learning. When you fail, and believe me, we all fail at some point, you gain a valuable lesson. Once, I launched a product that didn't receive the expected acceptance. Instead of giving up, I analyzed what went wrong and used that experience to improve my next project. This ability to learn from mistakes is crucial in entrepreneurship. Furthermore, entrepreneurship forces us out of our comfort zones. You need to sell your ideas, negotiate with suppliers, and deal with customers, which can be challenging. However, each interaction is an opportunity for growth. I learned to value feedback, even negative ones, because they help me understand better what my audience truly wants. This constant interaction not only improves the business, but also makes me a more empathetic and aware person. And we can't forget the importance of innovation in entrepreneurship. The market is constantly changing, and those who do not adapt fall behind. Therefore, it is essential to stay updated and willing to try new approaches. I have always sought ways to optimize processes and offer innovative solutions. This mindset not only helps to differentiate your business, but also attracts clients who value originality. Entrepreneurship is a lonely journey, but you don't have to walk it alone. Finding a community of entrepreneurs can be extremely valuable. Joining support groups or even online forums can provide insights and advice that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. The important thing is to remember that you are not just building a business, but also a support network that can be crucial to your success. Overcoming fears and failures. The fear of failure. This feeling is almost universal, and I am no exception. Often, it can be paralyzing. But what I've learned is that facing these fears is essential for our personal and financial growth. When you allow yourself to feel fear, but decide to act anyway, you are taking a powerful step towards overcoming it. I have avoided doing many things because of fear, but when I finally took the risk, I realized the outcome was not as terrifying as I had imagined. One of my greatest fears was speaking in public. The idea of being in front of an audience and presenting my ideas used to panic me. But after a few forced experiences, I realized that each presentation made me a little more confident. What was once an obstacle became a skill that helped me raise my voice in meetings and events. This only reinforces the idea that fear can be a great teacher if you are willing to learn. Moreover, failing is part of the process. No one becomes an expert without going through errors and stumbles. I remember once investing in a project that didn't work out. At first, I was devastated, thinking I had wasted my time and money. But upon analyzing the situation, I realized that this failure taught me to conduct deeper research and plan my future initiatives better. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn, and that is something we should embrace. Overcoming the fear of failure is also related to the mindset we cultivate. When we adopt a growth perspective, we begin to see failures not as an end, but as a step on the path to success. This shift in perspective can be liberating. Instead of worrying about being perfect, you start to value progress and learning. Life is a journey, and each experience, good or bad, contributes to our development. It is crucial to surround yourself with people who support your journey. Talking to friends and mentors about your fears can be extremely helpful. Often, those we admire have also faced similar challenges. Knowing that we are not alone, that others have faced difficulties and overcome them, can be a great motivator. So, do not be afraid to share your insecurities. You may find that there is strength in vulnerability. Financial discipline. Financial discipline is the foundation upon which we can build our financial security and freedom. Without it, it's easy to fall into consumption traps and let finances spiral out of control. I learned this the hard way. During a period in my life, I didn't keep a budget and allowed expenses to accumulate. The result? Financial stress that affected not only my bank account, but also my emotional well-being. Since then, I have established clear rules for managing my finances, and I can say that it has changed my life. Having a budget is not just a way to control spending. It's a map that helps me visualize where I want to go. When you know exactly where you are headed, it becomes easier to make conscious decisions about what to spend and what to save. I use personal finance apps that help me track my daily expenses. This not only keeps me accountable, but also gives me a sense of control over my money. Financial discipline translates into freedom. Freedom to invest, travel, or even take a break from work. Another important aspect of financial discipline is the ability to say no. We are often tempted by impulsive purchases or a lifestyle we cannot sustain. Learning to resist these temptations is vital. I remember a time when all my friends were traveling and making expensive purchases. I was forced to reassess my priorities and decide that saving for an investment was more important than going along with the trend. This choice may seem difficult at the moment, but the satisfaction that comes from achieving your financial goals outweighs any fleeting pleasure. Investing in financial education is also a crucial part of discipline. The more you learn about how money works, the easier it becomes to make informed decisions. I dedicated considerable time to reading books on finance and attending workshops. Each new piece of knowledge was a tool I added to my financial arsenal. Education empowers us to make decisions that not only protect our money, but also help it grow. Financial discipline is a long-term commitment. It's not something you do for a month and then forget about. It is a continuous practice that requires attention and adaptation. Sometimes you need to review your budget and adjust it to new life circumstances. The key is to remain flexible. Using debt wisely. One of the concepts that impressed me most throughout my financial journey was the idea of using debt wisely. For a long time, I viewed debt as a villain, something to be avoided at all costs. However, over time, I realized that if well managed, debt can be a powerful tool. When it comes to investing, for example, it's possible to use debt to leverage our finances. Imagine you have the opportunity to buy a property that, after some renovations, could generate significant income. If you use a loan to acquire this property, you could start generating income even before fully paying off the debt. Of course, this strategy is not for everyone. It is essential to have a clear plan and a solid understanding of the debt conditions. Ideally, debt should be used to acquire income-generating assets, not to finance liabilities. A classic example is financing a rental property, which, over time, can not only cover the loan payments, but also generate positive cash flow. This means that instead of being a burden, debt becomes a lever for growing wealth. Another important point to consider is the interest rate. When I decided to use debt as a tool, I began researching and comparing different financing options. Understanding interest rates and payment terms can make a significant difference when deciding. Ideally, seek conditions that do not strain your monthly cash flow and are sustainable in the long term. My experience taught me that well-structured planning can turn debt into an ally rather than an enemy. Furthermore, it is essential to monitor your financial health over time. Smart debt use requires constant tracking of expenses and revenues. This means that, even if debt is being used for an investment, you must ensure that other areas of your financial life are not adversely affected. Creating a budget that includes not only debt payments, but also other expenses is crucial for maintaining financial peace of mind. Financial education plays a crucial role in this process. By understanding how the financial market works, the different types of debt, and their implications, making conscious decisions becomes much easier. Debt doesn't have to be a bogeyman. On the contrary, with the right knowledge, it can become a powerful tool for achieving financial freedom. Investment diversification. Talking about investment diversification is almost like discussing the importance of balance in life. It's never a good idea to put all your resources in one place. I learned this the hard way during a period when I heavily invested in a single stock that, unfortunately, plummeted. Since then, I have come to understand the importance of diversifying my portfolio. Diversification is a strategy aimed at mitigating risks, and this applies to investments in stocks, real estate, and other assets. By diversifying, you spread your investments across different asset classes and sectors. This means that if a specific market sector is declining, other investments may offset that loss. For example, by investing in technology stocks, real estate, and fixed income securities, you are less vulnerable to sharp fluctuations in a single market. This approach has given me more security and peace of mind regarding my finances. Knowing that, even in tough times, some of my investments may still be appreciating makes all the difference. Another interesting aspect of diversification is the opportunity to explore new opportunities. Instead of focusing solely on one type of investment, diversification allows you to experiment with new areas and discover what truly works for you. For example, after diversifying, I decided to invest in startups, something that previously seemed like uncharted territory. This decision not only broadened my knowledge of the market, but also brought unexpected returns. Furthermore, diversification should not be seen as a one-time task, but as an ongoing process. The financial market is always changing, and what works today may not be as effective tomorrow. It's important to periodically review your portfolio composition and make adjustments as needed. This might include selling assets that are underperforming and reinvesting the capital into new opportunities that arise. Diversification is not just about spreading your investments across different assets. It also involves understanding your own investor profile and how much risk you are willing to take. Diversification should be done consciously, considering your financial goals and risk tolerance. This way, you not only protect your wealth, but also position yourself better to seize future opportunities. Self-knowledge and self-development. Self-knowledge is one of the keys that open doors to financial success. In my own journey, I found that understanding my skills, limitations, and interests was crucial for identifying opportunities that aligned with my profile. Often, people feel lost in their careers and finances because they lack clarity about what they truly want. By delving into this process, I was able to chart a clearer and more assertive path toward my financial goals. A fundamental aspect of self-knowledge is the ability to recognize our strengths and weaknesses. For example, I realized that I am more efficient in activities involving analysis and planning than in direct sales. This realization led me to seek opportunities in areas that benefited from these skills, rather than forcing myself into something that wasn't as natural for me. Self-knowledge allows you to find a path that is not only financially viable, but also rewarding. Moreover, self-development is an essential complement to this process. It's not enough just to know yourself. You must be willing to invest in learning and growth. Over the years, I have participated in courses and workshops that taught me to negotiate better, make more informed decisions, and even deal with financial anxiety. Each new skill acquired translates into more confidence to make financial decisions that impact my life. We must not forget that self-knowledge also involves reflecting on our values and life goals. Asking ourselves what truly matters can help align our financial decisions with our personal dreams and aspirations. When I started reflecting on this, I realized that I wanted not only to accumulate wealth, but also to build a legacy that reflected my values. This led me to direct part of my investments towards causes I consider important, such as education and sustainability. Self-knowledge is a continuous process. As we live new experiences, our interests and priorities may change. Therefore, taking time to reflect on our goals and make adjustments when necessary is crucial. The financial journey is like a large maze, and self-knowledge is the map that helps us find the right path. By investing in ourselves, we not only improve our financial situation, but also enrich our lives in a meaningful way. Action and proactivity. Action is one of the pillars that support financial success. Throughout my journey, I realized that proactivity makes all the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. For a long time, I was someone who waited for opportunities to come to me. But over time, I understood that, to reach my goals, I needed to step out of my comfort zone and actively seek what I desired. This shift in mindset was transformative and allowed me to build a more solid financial future. Investment diversification. Talking about investment diversification is almost like discussing the importance of balance in life. It's never a good idea to put all your resources in one place. I learned this the hard way during a period when I heavily invested in a single stock that, unfortunately, plummeted. Since then, I have come to understand the importance of diversifying my portfolio. Diversification is a strategy aimed at mitigating risks, and this applies to investments in stocks, real estate, and other assets. By diversifying, you spread your investments across different asset classes and sectors. This means that if a specific market sector is declining, other investments may offset that loss. For example, by investing in technology stocks, real estate, and fixed income securities, you are less vulnerable to sharp fluctuations in a single market. This approach has given me more security and peace of mind regarding my finances, knowing that, even in tough times, some of my investments may still be appreciating makes all the difference. Another interesting aspect of diversification is the opportunity to explore new opportunities. Instead of focusing solely on one type of investment, diversification allows you to experiment with new areas and discover what truly works for you. For example, after diversifying, I decided to invest in startups, something that previously seemed like uncharted territory. This decision not only broadened my knowledge of the market, but also brought unexpected returns. Furthermore, diversification should not be seen as a one-time task, but as an ongoing process. The financial market is always changing, and what works today may not be as effective tomorrow. It's important to periodically review your portfolio composition and make adjustments as needed. This might include selling assets that are underperforming and reinvesting the capital into new opportunities that arise. Diversification is not just about spreading your investments across different assets. It also involves understanding your own investor profile and how much risk you are willing to take. Diversification should be done consciously, considering your financial goals and risk tolerance. This way, you not only protect your wealth, but also position yourself better to seize future opportunities. Self-knowledge and self-development. Self-knowledge is one of the keys that open doors to financial success. In my own journey, I found that understanding my skills, limitations, and interests was crucial for identifying opportunities that aligned with my profile. Often, people feel lost in their careers and finances because they lack clarity about what they truly want. By delving into this process, I was able to chart a clearer and more assertive path toward my financial goals. A fundamental aspect of self-knowledge is the ability to recognize our strengths and weaknesses. For example, I realized that I am more efficient in activities involving analysis and planning than in direct sales. This realization led me to seek opportunities in areas that benefited from these skills, rather than forcing myself into something that wasn't as natural for me. Self-knowledge allows you to find a path that is not only financially viable, but also rewarding. Moreover, self-development is an essential complement to this process. It's not enough just to know yourself. You must be willing to invest in learning and growth. Over the years, I have participated in courses and workshops that taught me to negotiate better, make more informed decisions, and even deal with financial anxiety. Each new skill acquired translates into more confidence to make financial decisions that impact my life. We must not forget that self-knowledge also involves reflecting on our values and life goals. Asking ourselves what truly matters can help align our financial decisions with our personal dreams and aspirations. When I started reflecting on this, I realized that I wanted not only to accumulate wealth, but also to build a legacy that reflected my values. This led me to direct part of my investments towards causes I consider important, such as education and sustainability. Self-knowledge is a continuous process. As we live new experiences, our interests and priorities may change. Therefore, taking time to reflect on our goals and make adjustments when necessary is crucial. The financial journey is like a large maze, and self-knowledge is the map that helps us find the right path. By investing in ourselves, we not only improve our financial situation, but also enrich our lives in a meaningful way. Action and proactivity. Action is one of the pillars that support financial success. Throughout my journey, I realized that proactivity makes all the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. For a long time, I was someone who waited for opportunities to come to me. But over time, I understood that to reach my goals, I needed to step out of my comfort zone and actively seek what I desired. This shift in mindset was transformative and allowed me to build a more solid financial future. When I decided to be more proactive, I began to educate myself better about investments and business opportunities. Attending events, reading books, and even following financial experts on social media helped me gain a better understanding of the market. This constant quest for knowledge not only expanded my understanding, but also gave me the confidence needed to make bolder decisions. Information became a crucial ally when it was time to act. Additionally, being proactive also means creating a network of contacts. I learned that networking is not just about meeting people, but about surrounding yourself with individuals who can inspire and support you on your journey. By connecting with people who share similar interests, I gained access to opportunities I wouldn't have found on my own. Every conversation, every exchange of experiences became a new possibility for growth. Another important aspect of proactivity is the willingness to experiment and learn from mistakes. When I decided to start my own business, I faced numerous challenges. However, instead of letting difficulties get me down, I viewed each obstacle as a learning opportunity. Proactivity allowed me to adjust strategies and find creative solutions to problems that seemed insurmountable. This mindset of continuous learning is crucial for anyone who wants to achieve lasting results. Constant action must be balanced with reflection. Of course, taking action is crucial, but it's also important to pause and evaluate what is working and what isn't. Feedback is a powerful tool for improving our performance and adjusting our approaches. By cultivating a proactive yet reflective mindset, you position yourself better to turn your financial goals into reality. Mentorship and continuous learning. The importance of having mentors on our financial journey cannot be underestimated. Throughout my path, I've been fortunate to have people who not only inspired me, but also taught me valuable lessons about investments and financial management. Having access to the experience and knowledge of someone who has already walked the path I'm on can make a significant difference. Now, imagine the power that comes from understanding the true mindset behind wealth. Robert Kiyosaki and Arnold Schwarzenegger are not just famous names. They are living examples of what happens when you decide to act with financial wisdom. Did you know that the difference between those who struggle to survive and those who live in abundance might be just one decision? When I changed my mindset and started viewing money as a tool, everything changed. Every penny I earned became an opportunity to multiply, not just a resource to be spent. Think about it. How many times have you missed out on investing in something that could have changed your life? If you haven't started applying these lessons yet, how about reflecting on that now? What can you do today to take the first step towards your financial freedom? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. And remember, true wealth doesn't come just from what you earn, but from what you learn and apply. So, what will your next action be? If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. The journey to prosperity starts now.